Diego, we've been talking about NFTs as digital art. Have you seen NFTs being used in other contexts? And perhaps you could tell us about what we should maybe look out for in 2022.
Of course. Just before I answer that, Frankie, I was thinking that one point I wanted to add to what we've been talking about earlier around regulation, which people may not appreciate, is that it is true that getting regulation is a little bit regarded as a badge of honor. I would like to add to that sometimes people try to get regulated and the applicable regulatory framework just does not apply or is just not helpful to the existing business model. And I've seen frustration in that sense as well. So it's a really difficult situation for market entrants at the moment, because those that want to be entirely outside of the radar, are treated as you're not regulated and therefore you're not, worthy to be dealt with from an institutional perspective. And those that do want to be regulated and sort of come to the regulator, they really struggle to apply the existing framework that's there. So, because the rules are not designed for crypto assets, they're not designed for DLT platforms, they're not designed to work, they're designed for securities in the traditional systems that we've got. And so it is a really weird and strange situation to be in. You're either outside or you're inside, but in both cases, you really struggle because the regulatory framework is just at the moment not tailored. I think that will change. There are changes in law, and there are things that are coming down the pipe which are going to make that better. But at the moment, it's just really difficult. So that's on that. And then just on uses of NFTs, I think you really need to treat NFTs as a type of technology almost, because it can be used for so many different things. We've had a client that asked us about, could we use NFTs for ticketing purposes? So if you've got a season ticket for a venue, could that be done in an NFT? And absolutely it could. But all of a sudden it changes its nature, and you no longer, or some of the concerns that we've been talking around investment purposes and whether you're holding it to gain value, etc., go away, because they're the same issues that you would have if you're holding a season ticket to something. So you see, I think that illustrates quite clearly that an NFT, can be used, yes, as digital art and a way of selling digital art, but really it's the underlying technology that makes it so fabulous, and it's the ability to transfer it, and it's the ability to make something unique in the digital space. And so I think the uses of NFTs are really limitless. It's just how creative is somebody, and they'll come up with uses. I've mentioned the ticketing thing. I've heard ideas about trying to put prospectuses and little flyers in NFT forms, so that you can collect them. Other things that prove ownership, like for example, title deeds for property have been floated around, whether that would be possible to create an NFT form. So we've seen lots of different types of proposals. I think the key is it's coming. NFTs are going to be a way of doing lots of things that it currently exists differently. But I think we need to treat NFT as technology and not as a thing in its own.